Is there room for an Invoker? No, a Puck. Okay, well, a Puck is one of our male zeros.
It's really nice here because there's no instant disable, and most of the Pucks nowadays they're good enough to dodge the Axe call.
Hard to rely on winning very short fights, and this last pick Puck against no disables, I'm going to trust Blitz's judgment on the fact that Armel can just, if he has timely phase shifts, how do they kill him before the sheepstick coming out from OD? So I'm not a huge believer in Veno, but I actually think it's a really nice Veno game.
Well, we may have our first blood here already as March does sacrifice himself to be able to pick up 3 bounty runes for TNC. That's going to be the trade-off. And Team Liquid give it to Insania, the extra bit of gold for him.
But Axe doing a good job here. You definitely just dodge the lane. Once Veno gets level 3, 2 points Poison Sting, you just can't ever, no hero can sustain through that.
But I think it's a lot harder, right? Because he's in his safe lane, so cutting the creep wave, there's a much smaller distance to work with.
True.
Gabby taking a lot of damage here. It's actually going to be overwhelmed, just could not adapt into strength fast enough. Taiga almost being the return care there thanks to a hefty amount of soul rip damage, but tag team and poison touch being small exceptions here. Boxy is going to try and cut the creep wave just like he did last time, but KP immediately TPs onto the shrine, forcing Boxy into an awkward maneuver back over to bottom lane. Insania is going to be chased down here, but they do get a really good charge, blocking in Gabby. Gabby trying to linger away. Insania surviving just a bit longer. Tims is not going to be able to chase him to the tower, so again, another successful bout there for Liquid as they bring down the carry Morphling. At some point in time, that Puck, who is going to be kind of over-leveled, and the aggro tri-lane is going to be under-leveled, he makes one rotation, wipes, all 3 of them with a good coil, and then all of a sudden it feels like the last 7 minutes of tri-laning has gone, down the crapper.
Yeah, this is so interesting. Your Puck is lower level than the OD, but yet winning by 1,000 net worth.
Nice Fisher block in. That's going to be able to keep them from retreating. Mickey has to turn and fight, but it's not going to be able to get anything off before he gets down. TNC not going to be able to chase down Insania, but still applying the pressure on that mid lane. Continuing. Oh, the orb. Not quite nicking Insania as he continues to try and fight it out. Trying to protect his mid-tier 1 tower as best he can. Looking to be able to pull the creep wave back. Another Fisher block. This time not going to be able to catch Insania. Blocking him in. Another orb. Dodges that one, but the Puck is going to jump over. Armel is able to finish him off, and now they're going to be able to slow down Taiga as well. Taiga blocks out the Puck, though, and maybe the Puck, can they go for Armel? He has another orb, jumps away. He's going to be fine. Slowed down a bit by the battle hunger. Punished Taiga, who so painstakingly set himself up to try and catch out the Puck at some point, and ends up getting caught. Now they're able to pressure the bottom tower while simultaneously defending mid, thanks to KP's Boots of Travels, which I think is... I haven't seen like a ton of Venomancer in this current meta, but I think it is like a nice twist. We're seeing lots of Boots of Travels lately, and Boots of Travel Veno looks really nice. March is going to get caught trying to get some aggressive wards down, and a good Ice Shards does come out from Taiga. And maybe this is the kind of things that Liquid needs. Sometimes when you're just kind of stuck in a situation where you can't make moves, you just have to wait, keep farming, and
meanwhile, top though.
Yeah, look at this. Charge out, that's going to be a coil, catching out the Axe. Axe just going to turn, kill whatever creeps he can. He knows he's dead.
I'm going to be as concise as possible with this analysis. They took bottom tier 1 on TNC, so that forces Liquid to play top, which is like no tower there, you're in dead man's zone, like you're alone. And suddenly there's ganking this level 11 Axe, and it looks like he's just feeding. And that's like such a forced play by TNC. They're executing perfectly their lineup, and now you see the movement by Liquid in the mid lane going on Puck, but that's a Puck with no stuns.
They do manage to get the Walrus Punch. That will finish off Armel. So Armel does die. KP does get a decent ultimate off. That Poison Nova is going to make sure the rest of Liquid is going to be chased away. Taiga tries to go for a cheeky teleport out, but...
That's my problem with the Liquid lineup. Earthshaker, 4 position, has a 16, 17-minute Blink Dagger. That's what the impact of having this Veno hero is, and everything that he's done in this game.
He reinforced bottom, TP's into mid, pushes that out a little bit. Now it's up at top lane, joining the rest of his team, going for this kill onto Boxy, who's going to be saved for a moment here by the imprisonment, but is just going to come back to his doom as he's far too slow and far too low to be able to get out. So TNC.
That was smooth.
Look for a few more kills. Thank you, thank you. Do you think this is as a result of them just being so successful in controlling the map? He's like, I might as well take advantage of all this space that we have.
Yeah, I mean, Veno and Puck are just unkillable at this moment, unless Veno oversteps. But unless that happens,
Taiga not quite hitting that Walrus punch thanks to the Dream Call coming out from RML, but a blink forward from Mickey. He wants to be able to win this fight, but can they actually do it with the KP? Immediately throwing out the Poison Nova hammer drop, but not quite finishing off any of these heroes. Boxy coming in fast, does have the battle hunger, speeding him up. A nice ward block. KP, is he making it? But they can't kill him. He gets away. To the fountain he goes. All of TNC retreat, except for Armel, who has nothing to fear from a Liquid who has expended every single bit of resources they had. It would have alleviated a little bit of pressure on the map. Maybe you could have gotten a bit aggressive
maybe
during
get a
his
tower,
downtime.
maybe get a Roche or something, because you have this Visage hero.
Get better bounty control. They're going to be able to find Boxy here as they make a smoke up into the triangle. Now, Mickey is here, does have the imprisonment. They've already used the shrine, though. The Snowball is going to try and pick up the axe instead. He managed to blink himself away, but that's perfect for Armel. Now, with the axe right next to the OT, they get a beautiful Dream Call. They're going to try and run him over. Disruption by Mickey, bit point, but there's Tim's entering in with the Blink Dagger. Echo Slam to finish off the 2 cores, and a Fisher to be able to block out the Captain Insania. And look at that, KP immediately TPing up to the top lane. They are giving Liquid absolutely nothing. They will not take any damage on their towers despite that split push from Koifa.
Because you have the Axe, OD, and Visage, all 3 cores with no innate mobility, so that 12% slow is slowing them, right? Like, they are going to be consistently slowed on all of their mobility spells.
Oh, the smoke up, they're going to be able to instantly jump on the Venomancer, trying to pull him up, the snowball on through, continuing to chain stun him with Walrus Punch, is able to finish off the kill. They're going to deal with the Tombstone and then start marching forward. Can they finally take a tier 1 tower 23 minutes in? Liquid looking to finish up that mid-tier 1. And with 35 seconds on the clock for a Venomancer, they might just be able to do it, or maybe TNC. Oh, they're trying to make a fast play. Armel thinks he's free up here in the top lane to go for that tier 2, but caught by Boxy. They have the snowball. They're going to try and chase this Puck after he jumps away, but it's just too far out. He's not going to be able to make it in time. And that means that mid lane push, they still get the tower.
Yeah, the problem is the only way you're killing this Veno is with smokes.
He still gets bursted down, gets a little bit too close trying to protect that tower, and Liquid, they may not have gotten the kill at top lane, but still a decent win between the Venomancer and that mid-tier 1.
Right,
you need that good initiation,
yeah,
and that's why the Shadow Blade is all important for Boxy.
He has a BKB queued up.
Okay, well,
it's like, it's his job to throw himself in, but I think if he doesn't get a 2 or 3 man call, it's just not going to be enough.
Yeah.
If they see the BKB from OD, you're just going to see a hardcore disengage with the Ags morphling, the Puck.
Oh, Tombstone coming out. Insania's not sure which one to do. He's going to try and back away from this Tombstone, but he's very clearly caught. Oh, Jesus.
Yikes.
That's the power of that Morphling. He's going to be jumping forward as that Earthshaker thanks to that Aghanim Scepter. There's a buyback already from Insania. He knows how important this fight is to be able to win. Snowball protecting him. Gabby gets Walrus Punch. Going to blow up every time. The hammer's not quite enough. He goes back into Morphling form and does manage to survive. Barely. Now turns on to Taiga. We'll be able to finish him up. A Fisher slowing down Mickey, who has the damage over time on him as well. Even as he's saved by the disruption, there's nothing really to get him out of here. He can imprison and disruption and do all of these things, but there's so much AoE damage. Gabby jumping even farther forward to be able to catch Koifa next. A stun on the Boxy as well. Gets the call onto Gabby, but Gabby being healed up by the Soul Rip means there's no chance to be able to claim that kill. Jumping forward again. There's no escape from the Aghanim's Morphling. Once you have been broken, nobody is getting out of the fight. An Aghanim's Morphling with an Earthshaker on his team will catch every single hero trying to retreat.
This Morphling has this like critical threshold, undying with the clutch Soul Rips on March, like saving Morphling not only during the OD ult so he could get his replicate off or whatever it is that you switch from back and forth, whatever the actual active on that's called. Yeah, if you don't get him instantly, you're just going to lose the fight.
Oh, they got an initiation on Armel with the Walrus Punch. No, a Fisher comes out from Gabby to be able to stop that one, quickly blowing up the offlaner, and now turning back towards poor old Taiga, who has nowhere to be able to run to, and Liquid, they're just bleeding out now at this point. Hemorrhaging kills, hemorrhaging buildings. TNC will back up as they see a buyback coming in. No need to get greedy. They take it to tier 3. They can go for shrines next.
And now you also have the Scotty against ranged cores. Scotty was really only nerfed against melee cores, but they have OD, Visage. So, with the Aegis going satanic.
Oh, just happened to land right on top of Insane. He almost gets one shot by that enchant totem and will be finished by the Dagon.
That's a BM Dagon, man. It's a level 5 Dagon coming out there.
No, I think you're absolutely right, by the way. Like, I think you did a great job highlighting, like, what KP was doing so well and how he was able to create all this space. And they are going to find their initiation on a Gabby. Gabby, who does have the Aegis, so Liquid cannot overcommit for this one, but they can't even finish him off in the first place. The imprisonment goes down, but he's going to come back where he'd enchant totem to way out into the back lines. And now jumping back in. Gabby getting dangerously low for a moment there, trying to go for Koifa. Has a horde of zombies on him. Liquid going to have to give up this lane of barracks, it looks like.
I didn't know that interaction when you said he was going to show up on the other side.
Yeah. Oh, what a beautiful Manta. And that is Elena Barracks, and TNC give up nothing for it once again.
It was never, in my opinion, Liquid's game to win. It was just at any point they were just at the hands of some poor positioning by TNC. And at this point, the ease of execution for TNC is just
that's
so high.
gotta hurt. And now Gabby quickly joining Armel at the pickoff onto Insania. They're gonna be able to blow up this OD. He has his BKB, but honestly, what's the point? The physical damage of Gabby would quickly overwhelm him one way or another. 2 heroes down. TNC continue to just run back and forth around the map.
And Liquid just 27,000 net worth lead for TNC. Look at all those tips for KP. I mean,
TNC agrees with you.
Yeah.
KP was the reason.
Yeah, but he's obviously been a very well-known player and very successful player throughout his career, and I just love watching conceptually flawless Dota, and KP has done that. And then obviously now we got the luxury of watching the flashy Morphling, but maybe for some people it's more like PTSD than actually enjoying that aspect.
He out of position here. Liquid trying to jump on him real quickly. Heavens Halberd buying so much time though. KP finally it wears off on a Mickey, and he will drop the hammer to be able to finish off that Venomancer. But look at Gabby and Armel into the back lines they go. Already finished off that Shadow Demon. Now using all that physical damage. Jesus, look at Mickey. He takes the Morphling out of the fight for a moment and will manage to finish off the 5 position of TNC. But nobody can deal with Gabby. Neither can they deal with Armel, as they just don't have the disables to be able to rock him. Unless this call from Boxy, they don't have a whole lot of damage to be able to follow it up, especially as the Echo Slam coming in to be able to finish off some of these heroes. Mickey with a buyback, looking for any kind of kill to be able to claim after the Morphling is dead. He will be able to get the imprisonment. Looks to Armel. Armel jumps away. Tim's, he's trying to get out of here. Blink Dagger's not going to be up in time, though, and he will fall. Liquid finally get an okay fight for themselves, but that's only because they had 2 different buybacks on their 2 cores. OG just doesn't have an answer to this Morphling's physical damage whenever he just enchant totem jumps on him.
He's queued up the refresher run, by the way, on OD. That might be the play. I can't even fault that at this point. You might just need double BKB, double ult, but this is a dieback from Mickey. That's an Ag's coil, and
they try and snowball save him. He's going to go in here, and he does have the Blink Dagger. Blinks away, but the Blink follow-up from KP. Tries to hit him with the Gale. Doesn't quite land, though, but the orb over the top will make sure that Mickey does fall. Boxy does manage to get the call onto Armel. Armel gets bursted down. Can they grab more? KP trying to slither away, but Koifa's birds hot on pursuit, but they can't chase for long. They know Gabby's got to be around here somewhere. And Taiga, poor Taiga. Zombies, poison slow. They're going to leave him to die here in Insania. I'm not even sure if you could turn around and save your ally. Disruption going down, but obviously he's coming back to the same spot he was before. What a beautiful Fisher. Finally Gabby shows up once again, hunting down Insania at every turn. Beautiful Fisher block coming in from Tim's as well to be able to catch Koifa, make sure he's not going anywhere. Gabby with the double damage. I want to see him one-shot somebody. You know, Insania, who's popped back.
This is almost got one shot.
Non-stop.
The Gravekeeper cloak were down, and he almost got one shot.
All right, Boxy. Oh, there he goes. Insania. Oh, it wasn't quite the one shot, but he does finish off with the adaptive strike. Boxy's going to fall as well, and that leaves no buybacks for Liquid, and just Taiga all alone in the fountain. TNC. Oh, I guess they did get enough gold for Boxy to be able to buy back, but it won't make a damn difference. Gabby with the satanic pickup and an ultra kill for game 1. What a dominant performance by TNC. BSJ, I think you pointed out very rightly all the things that were going good for TNC, and there wasn't just a whole lot of mistakes. So I want to take this back like 33 minutes ago.
that it's going to be, oh, it's an ALK, then you probably do gyro mid so that you can at least pressure. Unless you feel comfortable
so
going for a
offline now,
50-50.
See whether or not he can actually get some good CS from it. I don't know, man. I'm not sure if I've ever seen Grimstroke successfully in a mid lane dual lane, but they will manage to get the first blood as he just gets a bit too close. Mickey does get stunned up by Tim's, managed to draw off the aggro of the tower and will survive as a result. So who's moving where, in your opinion, for Liquid? You're saying we need to take objectives. Whose job is it to move out of their lane and to put that pressure to start?
I think it's 100% gyro rotating. It's just a matter of if he wants to go to the Lycan with Lycan ult. I think I would go away from the Centaur because Centaur contributes to the fight without actually being there.
And if they rotate to bottom, then allows this pressure in mid, they can start chipping away at that mid tier 1 tower. So this is a win-win situation for Liquid right now when it comes to taking objectives. Even better if they can kill KP here. The telekinesis retaliate maxed out stacks, but KP is still very tanky. Maybe if he had a phase boots though, he'd be tanky enough to survive this. But as it is, it looks like Boxy should be able to chase him down. KP is going to try and juke his way through the trees with this quelling blade. But Boxy continues to cut down trees as well to keep some eyes on KP, making sure he cannot juke his way out of this one. 0 to 5. They're going to make the commitment right now with at least the Centaur trying to catch out Tim's. Koipa himself not committing, but just using some of his summons to be able to chase him away. Now trying to take down that mid-tier 1 tower, but you can see TNC, much like Liquid last game, putting a heavy premium and trying to protect this mid-tier 1 tower, keep that map control, and that's where the Void comes in with the Chronosphere, looking to be able to blow up Taiga. They do manage to get him. Tim's gets out the damage just before he falls, but it looks like March is going to get gobbled up by Mickey as well, and eventually TNC, they will manage to make this hold. Even without the Radiance and the Chronosphere being used, Liquid have to back up. They just did not bring enough heroes to this fight.
I elected to go back for these like early stat items that I thought kind of should come before the Midas, but once they get those items, they're almost impossible to kill. But Liquid has this window right now to punish, and they're clearly aware of this, right? Like the way they're playing.
Another round of shapeshift. The LSA does immediately land on Koipa, but he managed to get the Centaur stun onto Tim's with a follow-up stun coming up from Boxy. That's going to be both supports immediately dead, and it looks like March is going to be chased down as well. The 3, 4, and 5 position, plus the mid-tier 1 tower all falling. Liquid taking huge advantage of this downtime, and it feels like he's way more of a mid-game hero than he used to be, right?
Yeah,
so we're not looking at Alchemist 5 slots when he comes online. It's like 2 items, maybe 3,
the
and you're ready to go. It looks like the initiation onto the Void, a big one with a silence follow-up as well. This carry's having a hard time getting out of all these disables and will fall. And it looks like they're going to be able to catch March as well here. Taiga just keeps pace with him, and eventually slow March with no boots. It's everyone's so greedy, and poor March has to pick up the tab on everybody else. He still has to buy the wards.
So yeah, we talked about like the way TNC played last game and the way KP played it. This is such a 180, right, from last game. It almost bothers me if they win this game on the side of TNC, where it's like this is such a pub game where they're like feeding relentlessly randomly on the map, and yet the game's even because they have 2 Midases and an Alchemist.
You feel like they just shouldn't be able to win with this kind of greed, right?
Like, come on.
This shouldn't be Dota.
I could do this. Like, I could assemble 3 cores of players and be like, dude, just keep farming. They're going to kill us one by one, you know.
That's a North American specialty, right?
Yeah, man. Like, we're going to farm 3 lanes and feed. Like, this is what we do, you know. I wouldn't exactly model anything a team should do off of our region, but all jokes aside.
Poor Tim's. This is one of those deaths where you're just kind of running down lanes trying to kill creeps, right? You're just trying to create some space.
Yep, they have the net creep.
Oh, they're going to be able to keep him locked in. The silence is going to get there just in time before the time walk. This Grimstroke has been a bane of Void's life. Gabby just cannot get away. And I think Insania started off this game telling Gabby, hey, I'm gunning for you this game.
But man, TNC really put all their eggs in one basket of greed and to the next level here. And it's really forced them into this like dodge, push out lanes and trade bodies for getting lanes pushed out. They're actually looking to take a fight now, it looks like.
Nice catch onto Lena. And at the same time, with this big Chronosphere, if they can actually take down Mickey, it'd be massive. The Stampede goes out with a multicast. That's going to keep Mickey in place long enough for Gabby to be able to get the double kill. But here comes the Lycan, trying to chase down KP. KP with no mana, very little health. It will eventually fall here. Armel, nowhere to run to use this unstable concoction until he spots him just barely. Does manage to get that one away. The stun does not implode on him.
And it just still feels like all the pressure's on them to get something done here.
Yeah.
Alchemist still crazy, skyrocketing in the net worth. Lycan falls off in terms of damage output. You're going to have a Shiva's coming out on Alchemist, and you have a Crimson being worked on slowly but surely by this Midas Ogre. Pretty funny to see that he had a free farm start, and now he's below the Rubik in terms of net worth. Pretty standard Alchemist things when you're not having like a really good game. You kind of see the effect of not having a good game on the rest of the team, not the Alchemist himself. We do have the brief moment to appreciate the 420.
Another slip up or two, and this game is very rapidly going to get out of their control. But
yes, I would say one mistake in Liquid is SOL for sure here. Liquid is in control right now, but they are on thin ice.
Well, this is a pickoff they cannot afford. Lycan does manage to get off his shapeshift, though, before the stun came in, and he will manage to run away. So if he can just keep vision of some of these heroes, the rest of the team can cut across, and they should be able to get at least 1 or 2 pickoffs here. The Lina is going to be protected a bit by the Alchemist, but here comes the rest of Liquid. KP does spot him, trying to slow him down. The Stampede looking to be able to run down the Lina, does manage to get him. Jump forward from the Alchemist, going straight for Mickey right now with a buyback coming out from the Lina. Can they get him chain stun, or Mickey's just going to turn and fight? After all, he's got an Aegis. They can't really focus him down, and it's going to be Armel who dies instead. Mickey survives a little bit longer before that Aegis finally falls, but Gabby with a BKB, he still has a Chronosphere, and he's going to let it fly just as the Gyrocopter coming back alive. Can they save Mickey's life? No, they can't. The Fire Blast multicasters are too much damage, and Koifa running around with no shapeshift is going to be enough to be able to finish off this Lina and maybe get some damage on the KP, but Gabby, he still has a wealth of damage on him. He's going to time walk off some of that to be able to finish off the Lycan. Now just 2 supports. Can they control him up? The H12, the silence isn't going to be enough. Gabby will fall. KP looks like he may die to the 2 supports as well, but Taiga with the time dilation on him. He's too slowed. They have no magic damage left, and Zenia gets another round of his silence back, but he's just, KP's too tanky. He gets 1 more nuke out. The Wolves are slowing down KP as much as possible, but the armor's too much. He can't quite finish up this 100 HP Ogre because the damage is just not there, and KP will survive through it all, gets the double kill, and Liquid get wiped. BSJ, is that the slip up that was just 1 too many?
That might not be. I think we're kind of still at the same point that we were like a minute ago. Like, I think that was a wash, but at the same time, like I said, the longer this game goes on, I don't think this game is out of reach for Liquid yet. Like, that's not like the game-ending slip-up. Him dying here is...
Mickey,
you cannot die here.
This time around does have 20 magic stick charges, though, and will be able to get some distance between him and Armel.
I was like, I just came back to saying it's not over yet, and then he's about to die on Gyro. That's the problem, though. By the way, Alchemist didn't BKB that last fight. He just didn't use his BKB, so he died. That was very strange.
March gonna get run down here by Koifa. You're not gonna feel super great about this use of shapeshift. You got a 5 position.
Like, you have like a Centaur Blink into Grimstroke Stun into Rubik Lift. It like breaks the lift. Really nice to basically say we're itemizing to survive. It goes along with this whole theme. You know, I didn't really love the rushed Midas, but KP really making it up to me with the items he's choosing to build now.
Taiga, nice chain stunning here. It's going to allow them to get a good follow-up from the Gyrocopter. And now a beautiful stomp on it too, but a better Chronosphere. Locking down the back line. That's 3 stunned up with the LSA over the top of Laguna Blade to be able to finish off Mickey. That is Liquid losing a fight big time. Koifa might be able to sneak away into the night here, as he will not tick out from the damage between the Radiants.
It's exactly what I'm afraid of. 4-man focusing an Elk, and then you get 3-man Chrono. And it's like, when you think about it as the fight plays out, and each team is imagining how do we win this fight, it is so complicated for Liquid. For TNC, it's like just plant Alchemist in front, Crimson guard him, and Chrono if they go on him. Like, it's just so
Buyback, a
simple.
stomp. Oh, jeez, these beautiful stuns from Taiga. Once again, the telekinesis into the unstable concoction, setting up Boxy to finish off the Alk. And now, without that big damage dealer, they're free to chase down whatever TNC heroes they can catch. First is going to be March. Next is going to be Gabby. But he pops his BKB for fear of Taiga catching him once again. And, well, at least that'll be a BKB charge down.
I've already said it's not for any other reason than I just don't want an Alchemist with 2 Midases to win the game. Like, I just don't.
They should not be okay.
I don't want viewers to be, like, enabled, you know, by what they're seeing. You know, like, let's go into our 5-man stack, pick Alk, and buy 2 Midases.
Holding on to the unstable concoction, does manage to get it off on a KP, but Gabby does manage to get the Chronosphere, and only locking down the 2 supports though, but Boxy able to get the jump in to finish off that core Ogre, but it looks like Taiga's going to be ripped apart by Gabby, so he does manage to finish off those 2 supports, jumping in for more.
Alchemist
no time dilation to slow down these heroes. Boxy is unable to get away, had no blink up thanks to all those zombies, and now it's TNC's turn to look inside the Roshan pit and be a little disappointed.
No, he's gonna wait. March, no. Oh, well, I guess I'm rooting for Liquid, so.
What are you growing? We got 50 seconds until the next Roshan. Oh dear, that is not gonna feel great. But Koifa really didn't have an out either way. With no shapeshift, he wasn't gonna get away from that. Well, they know about that vision on the high ground now, but it's a bit too late.
At this point, obviously the momentum tipping in favor of TNC.
Yeah,
it's getting almost out of hand for Liquid, but we saw them burst down the Alchemist last time.
Oh, the telekinesis, they're going to be tossed together as well. Oh, no, didn't actually get the toss together, so Gabby not going to be chain stunned and will not die as a result. Another BKB charge being used, but...
Did you deny the DD? That was honestly probably a game-ending DD.
Yeah,
because he'd kill anybody
since
in
Liquid
Toronto.
can now take that opportunity to smoke up. Can they get the opening they need? Can they run into Gabby and burst him down? They're going to run into March. Not the best target, but it is a pickoff nonetheless. And he slips away with a force staff coming out from KP, and they do manage to get some control onto Mickey for a while. Now to jump in for the Chronosphere, and they can't really protect Mickey at all in this situation. Insane is being burnt down by Armel on the back lines. They finish up the supports. Taiga falls as well inside that Chronosphere. Boxy will manage to TP out, but...
Man, it's so miserable to play Gyro in these games when you have no save and you're against Void. You just get chronoed and you're like, oh, I'm dead. That's basically how it feels. Like when you don't have Aegis, when you don't have buyback, they're just going for the GG push. Lycan no ulti, Centaur no ulti, Grimstroke no ulti, dead heroes. They know he has no buyback because of timer. Actually, yeah,
Tier 4
timer.
down. And... I mean, there's just no damage from this lineup. They're going to try and jump in with Boxy with the Ink Swell. That will manage to blow up one of the supports. Lena's dead, but so is Insania as Gabby's quickly dealing with him. Boxy's trying to lay his damage out on the March. He's just not really doing anything, and Armel will finally turn to finish up the objectives. Now he'll finish off Boxy instead. A nice 3-man stun from Boxy. Can he get back to the fountain to regen up? He will. He'll be fine, but his tier 4 will not. And his throne is rapidly falling. Taiga's going to try and slow it down with a Fate Bolt. Telekinesis around. Koifa running around with his Shapeshift. Not sure what to do because he can't really do anything against this Alchemist. He's going to go for the backline, trying to finish off March. Again, Boxy with a sick 2-man stun. Armel, though, is able to pop his BKB Unstable Concoction. This time the Centaur will get knocked out of the fight. KP quite low, but Koifa no longer having his shapeshift. Again, no real damage there. Same goes with Taiga. That was genius indeed. TNC, a very clean game 1 and game 2 a bit scrappier, but their greed does pay off in the end with a 34-minute victory.
Don't emulate this in your pubs, guys.
But BSJ, I saw TNC build 2 Midases with an Alchemist.
Oh, it's painful, but hey, you know they played their strategy well, so